I watched the final season of Euphoria this spring, and man, what a way to begin a show. It felt like I had begun reading a hyped book everyone had been talking about, starting right in the middle, just before it ends. Yes, I didn't watch seasons 1 or 2 because social media is a great tool for unsolicited ruining of shows for people who eventually get around to watching Euphoria. From my perspective, Euphoria is a show about how life can be hard to manage and understand at any time. With euphoric outlets, you can make that time even better to manage and comprehend, or even worse. I wish this were a show about euphoric long walks, yoga in parks, walking around affordable urban industrial spaces looking for the diamond in the rough chai latte or matcha. But no, that show is a couple of light years away from that wet dream I just described. It's a very onion cutting type of show, like cover your eyes, not grab a tissue type of show. Maybe near the end. To add, I somehow got my attention charmed by Sarah Jessica Parker, narration in Sex and the City. I'm a true fan of any type of narration in shows and movies through a project, and it caught my attention around the time before season 3 came out. I will watch it and may even enjoy it if you have narration in your film or TV show. If you have Molly's Game, Narcos, Your Friends and Neighbors, and Forrest Gump, The Wolf of Wall Street, House of Cards, and don't forget about The Big Short, I will watch it over and over and over. So when you put narration in any type of show, I'm gonna have it on cassette tape probably too. Additionally, funny enough, I got caught in a perfect storm of softcore erotica on my TV with my wife. Now, the narration in Sex and the City is respectable. In my personal subjective opinion, yes. Did it help me become desensitized to the euphoric decadence I'll be seeing in Euphoria Season 3? Oh yeah. Did I even ask for this or expect any of this? Hell no. I felt like I was in the sunken place with all this promiscuity, and the narration from both shows was the massaging of the teacup moment for me in a leather chair. You're a different breed if you're sipping sweet dreams at 10 a.m., okay? But dog, sex is everywhere we go now. It's starting to become fast food contemporary McDonald's now. And giving Sydney Sweeney all those scenes in season 3 was like bringing back an even nastier version of the McRib in 2026. Isn't sex supposed to be sacred, not saturated and scary? Well, I got an answer to my question, and when you need an answer, always read the research. In May 2023, a study done by Anika R. Johnson for Texas State University and HBCU through experimental testing found out that Gen Z didn't respond quite as well to sexual advertising as previous generations before. Probably being millennials, Gen X, and boomers. This outcome could have probably happened because studies have shown that Gen Z has had less sex than previous generations when those generations were the same age as them, entering the workforce after college around that time. We're also a generation that is less interested in sex and has fewer sexual partners to choose from. Makes a lot of sense now when you live in a metropolis that has a backdrop of orgies, strip clubs, liquored up happy hours, and you can't even get in on the fun because you're not 34. Yes, 34. Like Ray Allen playing for the Milwaukee Bucks, 34. The average age of residents in Atlanta is 34. Ask a lot of Gen Z men, people who fill up clubs and bars out here in the streets, 90s babies, millennials. That's why it feels like Sex in the City to me a lot. Because of the age of the girls in the show when it first began, they were all in their early 30s. And those 30s, they were brunching, lunching, and hunching. It's not a stain that won't go away with the Clorox spray and a little bit of elbow grease scrubbed in for a couple more years. By 2030, and things should improve with time. A new president, we're a little older now and survived some things and false alarms. Do I see us getting back on the other side of these stats that I just name dropped? No. No, it's not going to be easy to get 2 kids, a dog, and a white picket fence. Who will have at least a kid? A white picket fence that's really a dog park on the same property as an overpriced luxury apartment that is the same price of a mortgage of a starter home. But one thing that I've noticed is that ever since joining the workforce, my fellow generation mates have had to face the high expenses of living and traded in those expenses for experiences. We're taking the bad and the ugly right by the wrist, dragging along overpriced Pilates. We're even dragging the bad and the ugly and using it on payment plans to go see Chris Brown and Usher perform. That's a wet dream for 80s babies right there. Yeah, Gen Z ladies are old enough to be in the VIP too. They hustle hard, even if it means risking their 2-year relationship and getting 1 month behind on college debt and rent. At least Gen Z guys are stimulating their minds with video games and running away from the term morbidly obese with their running clubs. We don't got the finances yet, but at least we're fit. In that order, that is our destiny, and that's how it will be birthed and manifested. Fit, finances, family. All in that order. I can afford to get takeout 3 times a week. I'll probably pack a bowl, enjoy some chips and dip with a Celsius for dinner. I'll be energized off sativa and Celsius, ready to lift heavy metal and complete my daily 5K. Mental health over millions. They can take your millions, but they can't take the mental. You can't have it because we need it. Sadly though, we're becoming products of our own environments. Sex is the sell, but what we give our attention to is being sold to the highest bidder, and we don't even get a commission on that. In Metro Atlanta, sex truly is the sell, with Future, funny enough, dropping a tape soon called The Real Me. We already know what this album could be about. He's told us a lot about him for the past 15 years. Future is the biggest seller of sex that we have in music. Atlanta is the biggest market for OnlyFans, and we subscribe to OnlyFans the most out of any other city. If you've seen any recent porno, it's probably a skyscraper of Midtown Atlanta in the backdrop. But that's besides the point. We're also the strip club capital of the world, and it doesn't make any of it better. Now, you can get affordable, tasty food on certain days of the week at strip clubs, and also get dances that are way under $10. That's why Euphoria Season 3 hits so hard, because Atlanta is known as a big human trafficking hub as well. For a city that doesn't even crack the top 10 list for biggest cities population-wise, and also land and, urban size, it's crazy that we're top 5 for STDs of anything they could think of. Another fact too is that we are number 1 in new HIV cases. So believe me, this topic of sex is something for those who have nothing. It truly does hit directly home for me. Additionally, let's dive deeper into this headline of sex is something for those who have nothing. Let's look at the relationship between love and lust. If you have love, then you have restraint and respect for who you love. You're not going to the strip club with the fellows on R&B Tuesday when your hardworking wife is on a business trip doing her fair share for the family. That's unchecked lust. Additionally, it could be self-loathing or loving of thyself. For ladies, it could also be not being led into temptation by one of your single friends who has never had a successful relationship and going to happy hour hookah Thursday in Buckhead. You guys drink cheap cocktails while your single friend catcalls 2 recently divorced gentlemen that work in tech wearing Brooks Brothers suits to your table. Don't try it, and don't tiptoe the line of disrespect with your lips, trying to take a one for the team and being a girl's girl, simultaneously while being 2 sips away from emotionally cheating on your faithful husband that puts you on the highest of pedestals. Hopefully, your husband's basketball buddies didn't see you at the happy hour being more chatty than Patty. You could be lusting for attention like Miss Curry. But if you love something which you should be your family and your man, you would keep quiet. Then you wouldn't lust for endless attention from men who provide you nothing but sex. I repeat, good people of this earth, sex is something for those who have nada.